Hello, atheist! My name is Glorified Truth. I've got a tiger in my tank, and I'm feeling rowdy like a Saudi and an Audi. So let's get this party started! Hey, did you hear about the Planned Parenthood employee who died and went to heaven? Yeah, neither did I. An atheist woman walks into Planned Parenthood and says, "Yeah, I'm here about an abortion." They look at her and say, "Hun, you're about 20 years too late." Why did the atheist spray the steaming bucket of donkey crap with glass cleaner? Because he thought he was looking in the mirror. But seriously, folks, it's not that hard to tell the difference between an atheist and a steaming bucket of donkey crap. The steaming bucket of donkey crap doesn't have AIDS.
Oh, no, you didn't!
Oh, yes, I did. Hey, what's the hardest thing about giving an atheist a clap? Finding one who doesn't already have it. Oh! How many atheists does it take to screw in a light bulb? Only one, but it takes an entire team of skilled proctological surgeons to remove it. An atheist is at a job interview. They tell him, "Sir, we've got very stringent drug testing standards here. Not only are we going to need a urine sample, but we're also going to need a blood sample, a fecal sample, a semen sample, a mucus sample, a pus sample, and a sample of pubic hair from your neighbor's dog." The atheist says, "Well, let me save you the trouble. Take my undershorts." An atheist was tired of living, so he went to visit Dr. Kevorkian. Kevorkian took one look at the atheist loser and killed himself. An atheist walks into a fancy restaurant and asks the maitre d' if they serve those greasy, hairy, really gross-smelling things you find stuck to the bottom of an elephant's balls. The waiter looks at the atheist and says, "Sir, we serve anyone." I was talking to an atheist the other day. He told me he recently shed 450 pounds of unsightly fat. I said, 450 pounds? Wow, that's impressive. How'd you do it? He said, "I hacked my wife to death with an ice pick." Hey, atheist, knock knock.
Who's there?
The
who?
The who sucks, you pathetic burnout. Hey, atheist, knock knock.
Who's there?
Who?
Who?
You better see a speech pathologist about that stutter, pal. Knock knock.
Who's there?
He.
He who?
He who rejects Christ burns for eternity in hell. An atheist goes to see his doctor for some pills for erectile dysfunction. Doctor tells him, "Atheist, you don't need pills, you just need a better-looking dog." But honestly, if I were married to an atheist woman, I'd have erectile dysfunction too. Talk about ugly. You know, an atheist woman went into the dog pound because she heard they had her dog and were about to put it down. She walked in, they took one look at her, and they put her down instead. An atheist visited a proctologist for rectal pain. The proctologist did an exam and said, "Well, no wonder you're in pain. You've got a giant thingamabob lodged in there." And the atheist said, "Oi, that means I left my doohickey in my schlepptookus." An atheist has an appointment with the proctologist. In the examination room, the proctologist turns to his nurse and says, "Wow, in my entire career, never have I seen a greasier, more infected, worse-smelling, parasite-ridden, less cared-for a-hole." And then he said to the atheist, "And if you'll remove your pants, please, we'll commence the examination." An atheist walks into the free clinic and says to the doctor, "Doc, I hear you're the man to see for gonorrhea." The doctor says, "Well, that's true, but what makes you think you've got gonorrhea?" And the atheist says, "I don't. I'm trying to catch it." What does the atheist family call their 12-year-old son who shreds his wiener with a cheese grater while reading Hustler magazine on the toilet? The talented one. The coroner is examining a body found by an atheist police officer. He looks at the body and says, "That's odd. This man's chest is coated with semen." The atheist police officer says, "I'll say that's odd. I was aiming for his face." A 12-year-old atheist girl walks in the house wearing a t-shirt with the caption, "Stupid bitch with AIDS." Her mom looks at her and says, "Honey, what have I told you about wearing your brother's hand-me-downs?" An atheist walks into this ritzy-looking building. He goes up to the front desk and said, "I'd like to order one atheist prostitute, please." The gal at the front desk says, "Atheist prostitute? This is a casino." And the atheist said, "Oh, your sign out front said loosest slots in town." A group of atheists show up at the town hall meeting. City councilwoman stands up and says, "Mr. Mayor, this group would like us to pass an ordinance that would allow atheists to have sex with diseased, foul-smelling pigs." The mayor looks over the group and said, "Okay, but I think it's only fair we hear from the atheists, too." We got the atheists with the pigs. It's the first day of sex education at the godless public school system. The teacher says to the class, "Raise your hand if you know what a sex organ is." Little atheist boy puts up his hand, and she says yes. And he said, "The penis, the vagina, and the fist." And the teacher says, "Well, that's pretty good, except the fist isn't a sex organ." And the little atheist boy said, "I sure wish someone would tell my father that." Yeah! Woo! Hey, you guys have been great. Thank you so much. I'm out!
Ookie dookie dacky. Acky dacky day.